Hello, and we're live. Welcome, guys. I was streaming this on Twitch, but ended up going to YouTube because hopefully I'll get more people watching. So, hello. I'm gonna go visit my channel. Okay. I'm just making sure the stream is actually working at the moment. Where is this live supposed to show up? Or do I have to view as a subscriber? Ah, here we go. Okay, there we go. That's working. Now just to make sure it is available in 720p. Visit my channel. Yes, it is available in 720p. Awesome. Okay, I'm gonna mute it and keep it there, just in the side so I can watch comments. Awesome. Unless I can do that here. Can I see the comments here? Yes, I can. Okay, but I can't say anything, so that's stupid. And now just to make sure it is available in 720p. Visit my channel. Yes, it is available in 7. Okay, sweet. Okay. That looks all good. All good it looks. Okay, so hello everybody. I'm still just getting some background things ready before I keep going. So pardon me at the moment. This is the first time I've been streaming to YouTube, so I'll have to make sure everything is working good and dandy. Okay. Okay. Some background things ready. Oh, look, there's another one. Okay. Hello. Okay. Okay, everything looks good. Let's start. So welcome. This is not the first time I've been streaming this, but I've been streaming it on Twitch, so now I'm streaming it on YouTube so that it can go straight to my channel afterwards and I don't have to deal with archiving footage and stuff. So what I plan on doing today for about the hour and a half I'm going to be streaming, just as a test stream to make sure that YouTube is streaming properly, is I'm going to be editing these vines so that they're not all like repetitive as much, and maybe getting to fixing the wall here. So let's get started. Okay. So I'm gonna first just delete all the vines here. Deleting all the vines. Yeah, I can do that. Sweet. Alright. There we go. Okay. Ah, shit. Ah. Okay. Fixing the leaves here. Hello. Whoever has just joined. I would have music playing in the background, but because YouTube is a bitch about copyright and material and songs playing, I can't do that. Or it will yell at me. So, blame YouTube for no music and stuff. Okay, should really bring that image where I can actually see it. The top right is my source image, basically where I'm getting all the stuff I'm doing from. Okay, now no one's watching again. Ugh, so lonely. So lonely. No one wants to come see my building. I need people to comment in the chat about what I'm doing, or anything. Just start some conversation, so I have something to talk about. Also tell me if there's any errors or anything with the live stream or anything like that. There we go. Two, three. Oh, that doesn't end nicely. I don't like that. Whatever. Oh yeah, I could just copy and paste it and rotate it a couple times. Whatever. For anyone that wants to know what I'm doing right now, I'm just varying the vines so they're not all like super repetitive across these towers, so that it doesn't look like they just were copy pasted. Well, they were originally, but now I'm just varying them so it doesn't look like they were copy pasted. Still trying to figure out how I can get away with playing music in the background without YouTube coming in complaining to me about having copyrighted material in the background. I mean, like, I could play non-copyrighted music, but there's not really any good uncopyrighted music. Besides, like, orchestral pieces and stuff like that. There we go. Alright, that looks slightly different. It's not too much of a difference, but it's enough to make it not look repeated. So yeah, anyone who's watching, please leave a comment on the box on the side. Start a conversation. I need something to talk about. Doesn't matter what it's about, whether it's questions about the build or just anything in general. Three. There we go. There we go, that looks certainly a little different. The only problem with this build is it's very hard to not be repetitive. Because the build is really designed around repeating patterns and such, that it's incredibly hard not to repeat something a gazillion times. And I think that's really the downfall of most mega builds, is because they're so large you end up repeating so many things that they often look similar. I mean, like, most people won't even notice or really care, but like, as a builder, it does tend to get on my nerves. But then, things that are like incredibly detailed and repeated aren't so bad, but then there's things, if you go on Planet Minecraft, where it's obvious that there was no detail and not really that much thought put into something, and then that getting onto the front page is just ridiculous, and that I hate more than the actual than actually something with detail but repeated getting posted quite frequently. That's probably more annoying. Congratulations, Facebook. I don't care if you tell me if it's someone's birthday. Okay. There we go. I mean, you know, I probably... No, I can't do that because it's not all just a one section repetitive thing. That's quite annoying. So what I'm gonna have to do is have to make a new repeating kind of pattern. Thing specifically for this section of the wall. I mean, I can still have some things, but some things are gonna have to be changed because otherwise it'll look weird. Actually, what if I just do that? Actually, yeah, that looks cool. That's good enough. Close enough proximity. Okay, if I go down this, it's literally just 3 across. And this is 5 across. Yeah. That's just a bit of detailing. Okay. Going to have to make this wider. Until it is 5 wide. Across the diagonal. What is that now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's make it red so it's more distinguished. So I need to go 2 more layers of brick and then the wall. So there's our 5 wide, and now a layer for the wall. Okay. Oh, that's just great. It starts off not being on the proper patterning thing. That's just lovely. So what I'm gonna have to do is do some trickery and hope that it's on a proper pattern to be repeated in the middle here with a double sort of thing. So let's see here. So we want this, and then it's a gap of 3, and then 8. This along the top, and then we can just have our arch coming like that. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, it looks okay, I guess. I think here would probably be better to just do something like that. And then I could do that. Well, look okay. I don't know. Who thinks it looks okay? Leave a comment, please. Actually, if I do that, no, that doesn't work. Let's see what it looks like when it's stacked. Okay. That didn't stack how I thought it would. There we go. Guess that looks okay. Oh, are you serious? Of course it wouldn't fit. Whatever. I'll just change it up the middle to make it fit. There we go. Now if it's like that, and then I can just make something up for here. I can just make it so that it's like a little closed off section, I guess. This is the only thing I really hate about Minecraft, is the fact that repeating tiles like this doesn't really work when you take something that was built on a flat and then try to make it on an angle like this. It doesn't really work, and it's kind of annoying. Oh, hey, Amphi. Do you have any pro tips for me, Amphi? Oh, crap. See, now it's gonna do this, because it's not really... Again, making patterns that were designed for a flat and putting them on a curve like this. Or, not really a curve, but a diagonal. It doesn't work. I'm not 100% sure what you're applying to, Impy, because the stream is lagged. But if you're saying how much of a pain in the ass this is, then yeah, it is quite so. Meh, guess that'll have to do. Do 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 do. Oh, driver updates. That sounds fun, Emphy. What are you updating? Graphics or other things? Even more than 3 dimensions. That's true. Like if I made this diagonal going up at the same time, it would be very painful. Lucky for you with your starships, everything can go in the same direction. Well, mostly anyways. It's not a few minutes, it's like 30 seconds. Okay. There we go, that looks better. Even though, yeah, I'm just gonna walk away from that. Okay, let's see what I can get. No, I'm just gonna have to do that. Because otherwise it's gonna look weird. I'll have to come up with sports later. My mind hurts too much. Oh, hey, look, there's another person. No other person. Okay. Alright, so I forgot to randomize the glass on this second copy and paste. Alright, I didn't really randomize the... I think I'm also going to randomize these pillars. Because I did only just randomize the glass in one pillar and then I copy pasted it, so should probably randomize the glass in that too. There we go. Oh, sorry there. Had to clear my throat. much detailing, so much work. Okay, there we go. If you're wondering what I'm doing, Iffy, I'm just working on detailing this cornerstone wall here so I can have an attachment place between the two sections, or between the faces of the tower, up here in the corner. This tower does look like it has 6 sides though, but I don't feel like making it so that this is on an angle like that, cause oh god, that would be painful. Very painful. Okay. Okay. Okay, so these pillars, now I'm gonna work on these pillars right here, these 2 ones that go in between them. So, first off, let's see how many blocks are in between there and the next pillar. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, and 30. Okay. So that's 30 blocks. So should divide that by 2. Or actually I need that in thirds. 10. Oh, that's nice, not a nice number to break up. That's mean. Alright. So I have to go 10 blocks from here. That make it 32. So anyway, I can make this an odd number. $900. What's the square root of 900? I'm just pulling out my calculator. Where is it? 30. Alright. So it's 30 squared and it has a diagonal of 30. Whoa. My mind's just been blown at how this square works. I just realized the diagonals are the same as the sides. I'm an idiot. Okay. What if I went from there to there? It's also 30 length. And from there to there is 1024, which should just be 32, right? Yeah. How can I make this into an odd number? I can't because it only goes up by 2s. Fuck. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna have to deal with it. They're not gonna be perfectly spaced from each side then. Okay. So I can just do this until it becomes 100. Well, there's my 100. So there, and there's my other 100. Oh, okay. I kinda know it's just right. Good to know. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, now for making a pillar. I don't know if I want to copy the exact same design as on these pillars, or if I want to make a new one. Opinions, anyone? Should I make an entirely new pillar, or should I just copy the one I already had done? Oh yeah, I have a bunch of mucus in my throat. That's quite annoying. I think I am going to use the same base, though. Because it looks cool. Position is my first one? Yep. Sweet. Okay. So this place would actually probably to copy it from the center in the bottom. Yeah. That's great. Then fix you. Ah, crap. Then I'll fix it after I copy and paste it. Okay. This is the spot. Or is it? I don't know. Yes, bottom of it, yep. Okay. Sweet. So, right here. And fix it back up. Should be glass. Even though no one's gonna see it, it should still be glass. There we go. Okay. So now I want to copy. Great. Paste that there. And paste that there. How close do those end up being? Yeah, I might actually want to push them to either side a little bit more. I'll push them 2 blocks to either side. Let's see how the spacing is. Yeah, that's much better. Yep. Okay. Both pasted correctly. And we can get rid of that. Like so. How is this side done? we go. Delete that. Delete this and fix the other side. There we go. All fixed. Okay. So now, how are we gonna do this one? I think I am gonna do a new design on the top of this because why not? I'm gonna make it a slightly smaller pillar because it is smaller than the ones down here. You can see the source image up here that I'm wiggling around on the top right corner. So it's different there, so I will make it smaller. Not too much smaller. You can see here it's a 5 wide by 5, so I'm only gonna make it a 3 by 3 circle. Yeah. I think what I'll actually do here is actually get rid of this and make a semi kind of transparent block, then have the glass in behind it. So I like adding the blue feature because overall this build is actually quite blue, so having the blue in it will be pretty cool. Or maybe I'll reverse those. Let's see what happens if I put the glass on the outside and then the green on the inside. That looks kind of cool. Then what I can do with the glass, or actually, even let's put the pillars in behind them. That way we can see kind of like the pillar thing through glass. That might be kind of cool. And then just put regular stone bricks through the center. Yeah, that's cool. And then let's just go copy. So that's not much to ID. And the last one. There we go. And now to make it so that the glass doesn't look like too key of a structural component, because, you know, that would be weird. And now let's do that's too much there. I'm thinking this is showing too much glass. So what I think I'll do is I'll actually have glass running up each of these center columns, between these columns, and then have some more structural stuff around these parts. but just lots of stuff to add kind of depth to the build. So I'll use like stone stairs, and then nope, can't use those because yeah, that looks good. Mendoza. There we go. And then how do I do? Yeah, okay, just did that. Sweet. Okay, so how high do these pillars go? They go straight to the top of the tower. Okay. That's fun. However, if that's the case, then I'm gonna make this repeat section into a 5 section instead of a 3 section. That way it doesn't get too repetitive. Yeah, I'll just do slash cut. So we have the gap, and then we're gonna need 1, 2, 2. There we go. So first things first, that center's still gonna stay stone brick. Then we're gonna have the glass. Then we're gonna have the pillars. No, wrong thing. There we go. And then what we're gonna do is just extend the design, basically just like that. And move that to there, to there, to there. And I think what I'll do is I'll actually change this a bit so that we have this and then maybe something like that. Yeah, that looks good. That looks good like that. And then I'll end up actually just putting regular stone brick across the top like that because I don't need it anymore. Then just go and throw this in everywhere. Throw it in, da-da-da. Awesome. And then go around with the stone slabs. There we go. That's an awesome looking tower. Not gonna lie. Oh, crap. Oh yeah. And then we're gonna need something like that. I don't know if I should connect them or not. I don't think I should. It looks better like that, I think. Okay, oh yeah, I do it to make the bottom selection now. Which is right there. That, and make sure I got this right. Yep. Okay. Let's see how that is looking when it's repeated. Yeah, not as nice looking when it's repeated, honestly. Yeah, actually, maybe connecting those up would actually make it look better once it's repeated. So let's do that. There we go. And then I might actually want to make this repeated section even larger, actually, because it's still quite looking quite small. Decisions. Let's also add some green in here, and I think I'm actually going to replace. Just give me a second to bring up my reference image for referencing data values for conquest, and then we'll replace the stone brick, or the stone fences with possibly a metal. Let's see what it would look like with the metal. Really? How's that an unknown data value? With 139.3. Okay. Okay then. Let's see what that looks like stacked. Looks better, it still looks heavily repeated though. Probably because it's just like a boulder kind of design that's making it look like that. So let's expand it, taking off the cap. Getting it. Okay. So we want to add, I'm going to add 4. So again, keeping the main inside features. Scaled up. Just like that. Okay. Now what to do? Oh, what? What would it look like if I had like this inner feature scaled or just stacked with something like that, and then the outer features kind of scaled to be with it. How would that look? I think I should probably actually change these to 39, comma, where's the one, where is it? 6. Change it to stone brick because I think the metal's clashing a little bit too much. something there. That's what I broke. And yeah, just like that. Or what would happen if I also had something like that? Actually, that might look quite well if I do it properly. Yeah, I can actually do that. I can get away with that. The way I do it. If I do it the right way. So yeah, let's actually just copy paste this sort of design. Oh, I broke that. Go, and jeez, after doing these commands so often, you do eventually get very quite good at doing them. I notice. Just like bleh, type them really fast. And there. There we go. Yeah, that looks like a little bit less like I would repeat. So let's try it. And remember to delete that. Let's just stack it 6 times. Yeah, that looks good, but I still need, I think what I need to do is put a transition layer kind of in between the stacks right here. That way we have a good kind of transitioning thing so they look tiled, but they don't look, it's like one of those pictures that are tileable, but then they don't really have a good transition in between the edges, and then things end up not looking so good once it's been tiled so many times. That's kind of the thing that I would kind of compare it to, kind of thing. So I think what we need is something like this. Oh crap. Crap. Man. Bum, 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 bum. Ah, no. I apologize not for talking that much, but it's just because I don't have anything to talk about. I'm sure you guys wouldn't appreciate me just blabbing on about everything. So, anyone, please leave a comment in the sidebar there, just so I can have something to talk about. There we go. Okay. Let's try repeating this and see how it goes. There we go. See, that looks a lot more well transitioned into. That looks so much better. Now it looks like a proper, like, seamless kind of texture. So that you don't really tell, like, you can tell it's repeated, but it's like so well, like, repeating, flowing into the next repeated portion that you don't really notice. There we go. I like that. Let's save, just in case it crash it. Oh, jeez. It's text messages. What's my favorite color? Honestly, I have like a couple favorite colors. Mostly I just like red and green and gold, or black, and usually a combination of the two. I don't really have a specific favorite color. What about you, Creeperhead? What's your favorite color? Okay, how high is this? Oh, that was too high. Let's undo that stack. Yeah, that's okay. Ooh, 4 people now. This stream I deem successful just because I've had someone talk to me who isn't someone I know. So I call this stream successful as a test stream. Oh. Light gray. Well, there's plenty of light gray here. And I'm 16. Only 16. I think I might actually change the base of this so that it's repeated and not different, because it's not on a straightaway like it is down there. So I think I'm actually going to change this base so that it's just repeated around the whole thing. And Sean, you're an idiot because there's an easier way to do that. Do you build for servers? Not really. I mean, I haven't really done, most of the stuff is just like building for me, for just for fun. I don't really build any commissions or anything like that. I mean, I could think about it, but especially with like the new EULA, or EULA, you know, the new rules with the servers, commissions are getting harder to get now anyways, so not quite sure how that would pan out. Also, because I'm not 18, I can't get a PayPal account, so getting paid for commissions would be tricky at the least, so really I just mainly do stuff for fun at this point. Although, if you want to expand that question, I have done builds for the server that I normally play on as like a build server. We're kind of like just a build community. It's not like a build team. Benedicta UK. Um, that if you want to include that, I've done some builds for them to post onto their PMC page, and that's just like a way to get higher rank on the server. And your architect stat point. So yeah. Okay. I'm gonna round this out around the bottom, just so it's a little smoother. I'm not quite sure what you said, Smart 2, because of the stream lag, but if it has to do with the what did I do here? Oh. I apologize if any background noise is there. My parents and sister are being very loud at the moment. Yeah, that looks okay. Oh yeah, creative. Yes, it's creative's build server. It does. I mean, we do have a survival world, but that's mostly just for fun. Uh, we the main focus of the server is creative stuff. Legend of Ilria. I feel like I've heard that, but I can't remember where I heard that. Okay. This wall is still very blank. Should probably do that now. I'll work on the support system for this later. Maybe. I don't know. How long will I live stream for? An hour? Yeah, that's probably going to be 20 minutes more this stream. However, there will be a stream tomorrow and the next day. Basically, a stream every day, daily stream. The time it's going to start will vary, but most likely sometime around 12 p.m. on, and that's Atlantic time. So, if you are from the UK, that's like, crap, I can't add hours. It's 4 p.m. It's 4 p.m. if you're from the UK. So, figure that out. If you live in Europe, you can figure that out. If you're in New York, that's 11 a.m. Yeah, yeah, 11 a.m. And then, yeah, New York is Atlantic time, right? Yes, I think it is. And then if you're in Pacific time, it's like 5 hours earlier. But yeah, I wish I could play some music. Damn YouTube. Damn YouTube with your copyright rules. Although I could probably set it up so I could stream it and I could listen to the music and not have anyone doing that. I could maybe get away with that. That'll be something I'll have to set up for tomorrow because I'm too lazy to go on Open Broadcaster at the moment. Okay. So this, I'm gonna actually start up at the top section. Okay. So 1, 2, 3. Make it 5 wide, and then there's a gap of 3 to the other one. So 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there should be a gap of 3 on that side, which there isn't, which means this is slightly off-centered. There we go. We have a gap of 4, and a gap of 4. Okay. Basically what I'm trying to do is take this design and then make it on an angle. It's gonna be kind of a pain in the ass. I'll probably just do the windows and then completely change all the other designs. Because it is honestly surprisingly hard to take a flat design and put it onto an angle like this. Okay, where does it cut off? The 5 section here. Oh, hurrah. Parents interrupting my live stream. I'll be right back. 'And I'm back. Oh, it goes up. Interesting. Okay. Anyways, back here. One, two, three. Like that. I'll just copy paste this because I'm lazy. There we go. Yeah, I probably should have put the glass in first before I copied and pasted. Answering text messages from the girlfriend, because if I don't, you know. And I totally put that in the wrong spot. Good job, me. Sweating, sweating. More text messages. Okay, now for around here. Repeated pattern. Ah, perfect. And then I'll edit it slightly. Hmm. I need to get a regular one. Regular. Oh, someone else came back. Hello. Okay. How does that look? Those actually look quite nice, those details there on the window from afar. Because really, the details should look nice from afar because, you know, as much as they're awesome close up, a lot of the things you're gonna see are from far away. I should really start thinking about that. I'm doing like the small details in here. This looks nice. It's quite a nice shot. How long? Okay guys, I think it's gonna be 5 minutes left and then I'm gonna end the stream. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. Hooray. Yeah, it's on! Okie doke. Back to what I was doing. Oh, crap. I totally forgot to finish this. Make sure it's actually doing something. Yes. And I forgot. Slash undo. Slash stack 3. Yeah, I'm gonna have the same problem as I did here. Lovely. I can get away with 2 on either side. Slash. There we go, and then this is gonna have to be a custom one. I think I'm just going to make into something like that. Crap. You know what? Probably just go like that, and then just connect it up like that. Sweet. Lesson learned, me. Remember to actually finish things before you move on. I probably would have ended up going and finishing the entire build before I realized that I didn't finish that. Okay, I don't know why I still have that there. Whatever. Whoa, what the hell happened here? Okay, my printer just had a spasm. Yeah, what did happen there? Not quite sure what happened there. Is it the same problem over here? No, this one's fine. Okay then. I guess I'll just fix that up with a quick copy and paste. Where is the pattern? Dots. Oh, you know what happened? I must have stacked something and it stacked it like totally wrong. Okay, that's what happened. Yeah, I'll just get the entire copy back from over here. Yeah, I'll just copy the whole thing. So slow. Copy. Let's say 90. Now let's see if that fixed it. Hopefully, yes it did. Awesome. Now I need to go and redo the now I gotta redo the randomness of the glass. There we go. All fixed. Oh yeah, now I have to redo that as well. Oh! I know what I did! Yep. When I used the set air command, or not set air, but set 98, I made it so that it covered all the air, so it covered all the windows and stuff as well. Yeah. Okay. I know what I did wrong there. It was then no mystery. Dun-dun-dun. There we go. All fixed. And I didn't screw anything up over there, did I? No. Okay. Awesome. Now to deal with this blank wall some more. Hour and 33. Okay. Okie dokie dokie. So next thing is kind of another, yeah. It's another 2 windows and then thing. Oh my god, 1 second. I'm gonna end the stream now actually, so bye.